As the great philosopher Sun Tzu once said, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." In the battlefield of relationships, understanding both your own values and the subtle signs others may present is key to maintaining your personal dignity, self-worth, and peace of mind. Navigating relationships can be challenging, especially when others may attempt to manipulate or take advantage of you. But the true power of a high-value man lies in his ability to recognize these behaviors early and avoid falling into traps. Today, we are diving deep into the 10 key signs that every high-value man must recognize to avoid being played in a relationship, all through the lens of Stoicism. Have you ever experienced a situation where you felt manipulated or mistreated by a woman? Perhaps her actions felt subtle at first, but over time, you began to see a pattern. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's help each other grow and learn from one another. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because together we rise. By embracing Stoic wisdom, we can build stronger, more authentic connections based on respect and mutual understanding. The 10 signs. She's playing you. A Stoic perspective 1. She's always too busy for you. In today's fast-paced world, everyone has a busy life. Work, social commitments, and personal projects all pull us in different directions. But what happens when your relationship seems to be on the back burner, and she consistently uses the excuse of being too busy? At first, this may seem like a normal situation, but a high-value man knows to pay attention to patterns. When a woman repeatedly prioritizes everything else, her friends, her job, or vague obligations over spending meaningful time with you, it's a clear signal that you may not be a priority in her life. It's not just that she's busy, it's about where you stand in her hierarchy of importance. From a Stoic perspective, we know that time and attention are finite resources, and we should never allow ourselves to waste them on relationships that do not nourish us. If a woman constantly deflects your attempts to spend time together with excuses, ask yourself, is this behavior something I can accept in a partnership? In the realm of Stoicism, we focus on controlling what is within our power, our actions and decisions. If you consistently allow someone to minimize your time together, you're sacrificing your own worth. A high-value man remains grounded and chooses relationships where mutual respect and attention are present. 2. She only reaches out when she needs something. Have you noticed that she's often distant, but when she needs something, whether it's emotional support, a favor, or validation, she's right there asking for your time and energy. This is a classic sign of manipulation, a trait that Stoics warn against in all forms of relationships. Relationships built on one-sided needs are not healthy or sustainable. A woman who only reaches out when she's in need isn't showing you respect or genuine affection. She's treating you as a resource rather than a partner. In the Stoic worldview, relationships should be built on mutual respect, shared goals, and reciprocity. We do not allow others to take advantage of our time or resources without giving back in equal measure. A high-value man understands this and keeps his emotional energy aligned with those who treat him with the same level of care and respect. 3. She avoids discussing the future. If you've ever tried to talk about the future, whether it's your relationship, future plans, or even where things are headed, she keeps dodging the conversation. That's a major red flag. A high-value man knows that clarity is vital in all aspects of life, especially in relationships. If she's constantly avoiding these important conversations, it may indicate that she's not invested in your future or is not sure about her commitment to you. For the Stoic, a life of integrity means aligning your actions with your principles. And if someone is not willing to talk openly about the future, they may not be serious about building a future together. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that we should not waste time chasing uncertainty. If someone isn't willing to define the relationship or set clear goals, it's time to reevaluate where you stand and whether this relationship aligns with your long-term vision. 4. She uses emotional manipulation. A woman who frequently tries to manipulate your emotions, whether it's by guilt, tripping you, making you feel responsible for her emotions, or playing the victim, has already shown a lack of respect for your autonomy. Stoicism teaches us that we must not be enslaved by our emotions, and we should never allow someone else to control how we feel. If you're constantly being made to feel guilty or responsible for her actions or moods, it's a form of emotional manipulation. A high-value man is in control of his emotional state and doesn't let anyone else dictate how he feels. A woman who uses emotional manipulation may try to guilt you into doing things for her or change your behavior to fit her needs. This is a test of your emotional strength. The Stoic response is not to react impulsively or out of guilt, but to remain calm, assess the situation rationally, and set boundaries that protect your emotional integrity. 5. She's unpredictable. Hot and cold behavior can be confusing, and a woman who shifts from being affectionate and loving one moment to cold and indifferent the next is sending mixed signals. For the Stoic, emotional steadiness is one of the pillars of a strong character. A high-value man values consistency, both in his own actions and in the behavior of those around him. If you're constantly walking on eggshells, wondering which version of her you're going to get on any given day, it's a sign that the relationship is unstable. Stoic philosophy teaches us to seek clarity and stability, not chaos. If someone's behavior is unpredictable, it's often a reflection of their own lack of clarity or commitment. A high-value man will recognize this and choose not to invest in a relationship that does not bring peace or consistency. 6. She acts like she's doing you a favor. Have you ever been made to feel like you should be grateful for her attention or time, as though she's doing you a favor by being with you? This is a classic sign of someone who is using power dynamics to manipulate you. Stoicism teaches that a man should always maintain a sense of his own worth. No one should make you feel less than you are, especially in a relationship. If a woman consistently belittles your role or makes you feel like you should be thankful for her presence in your life, it's a sign of disrespect. A high-value man does not tolerate this behavior because he understands that relationships are about equality, respect, and mutual admiration. 7. She hides key aspects of her life. Transparency and honesty are essential in any relationship. If a woman is consistently secretive about key aspects of her life, whether it's her past, her friends, or certain parts of her personality, it may indicate a lack of trust or willingness to fully invest in the relationship. In Stoic philosophy, we are taught to live with integrity and openness. If you are with someone who refuses to share important aspects of their life with you, it's a clear signal that they are not fully committed to the relationship. A high-value man demands transparency and ensures that trust is a two-way street in any partnership. 8. She doesn't respect your boundaries. Boundaries are vital to maintaining your personal integrity and emotional well-being. If if she constantly pushes your limits, whether it's your time, your personal space, or your values, it's a sign that she is not respecting your individuality. A high-value man knows that part of being in a healthy relationship is maintaining personal boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to be firm in our values. 9. She's more concerned with appearances than substance. In a world obsessed with social media, appearances can sometimes be more important than reality. If a woman is more concerned with how things look to others rather than the depth of your relationship, it's a sign that she may not value you for who you truly are. For the Stoic, the true measure of value lies in substance, character, integrity, and virtue, not in external validation or superficial appearances. A high-value man doesn't invest in relationships that are based on appearances because he understands that true fulfillment comes from deeper connection and shared values, not from how the relationship looks on the outside. 10. She doesn't support your growth. One of the most important aspects of any healthy relationship is mutual support. A woman who doesn't encourage your growth, who doesn't support your ambitions, or who tries to hold you back from becoming the best version of yourself is not a partner, but a hindrance. Stoicism teaches us that life is a journey of continuous improvement, and part of that journey is surrounding ourselves with people who inspire us to be better. If your partner is not supportive of your growth, it's a sign that she's not invested in your well-being. A high-value man seeks out relationships that push him to improve and evolve, and he will not settle for someone who doesn't encourage his personal development. Conclusion: the Stoic way forward. Recognizing these 10 signs early on is crucial for any high-value man who wants to protect his emotional well-being, maintain his dignity, and preserve his peace of mind. The Stoic way is one of clarity, discipline, and personal integrity. By understanding these behaviors, you can navigate relationships with confidence and avoid being manipulated or taken advantage of. Remember, a high-value man knows his worth, sets firm boundaries, and surrounds himself with people who respect him. Don't let anyone, especially someone who doesn't appreciate you for who you are, play you. By applying Stoic wisdom to your relationships, you can build meaningful, respectful connections based